With the new Big Lebowski spinoff coming out very soon, it's a great time to talk about the classic comedy starring Jeff Bridges. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. Today we're going to talk about the 1998 Ethan and Joel Coen comedy, The Big Lebowski. This stars Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, and so many great actors. And I thought about bringing on a great YouTuber, and I actually just collabed with this YouTuber last week on Sonic the Hedgehog film on his channel, Colin Williams. So Colin Williams is going to be joining my channel to talk about The Big Lebowski. If you guys have not joined his channel, make sure to go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel. Great YouTuber. He does movie reactions, movie reviews, hauls, different things like that. He's a fun guy, and I'm so happy that he joined me on my channel. So before I give you my thoughts and score memories with this movie, he's going to join in first, give his thoughts, score, everything about The Big Lebowski. So Colin, take it away.
What is going on, guys? My name is Colin. Thank you so much to Justin for inviting me over to his channel to talk The Big Lebowski. Just like him, on my channel I do all sorts of movie related content, including movie reviews, reactions, rankings, and all sorts of fun stuff. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, then consider checking out my channel. As for positives, the thing I really like about The Big Lebowski is its ambition. I think it could so easily be a goofy little comedy with a schlubby hippie dude doing funny, weird stuff, but the plot that they chose to go with it was really interesting, unique, and I really appreciated that aspect. They found a way to make it artsy and whimsical, but also took itself kind of seriously at the same time. Rather than being a gut-busting, raunchy comedy full of sex or drugs like we've been accustomed to with movies of the 21st century, it does a good job of providing wit where there might be a lack of laugh out loud moments. Another thing I really enjoy are the performances throughout. Obviously you have Jeff Bridges doing the little shtick that he's given throughout the film, and he's perfect for the role. Then you have Steve Buscemi, Julianne Moore, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and a ton of actors providing really fun and energetic performances, but the one that really sticks out to me is John Goodman as this like Nazi-hating, testosterone-filled maniac that steals every scene he's in, and he's absolutely phenomenal. To me, he steals the show. Another thing I really enjoyed is the plot itself. Having a mystery storyline with this film was just a really smart idea, and the Coen brothers provided such a slick and fun directing style to keep it really interesting and intriguing, but keeping it light and fun at the same time. Balancing the tone for this movie would probably be really hard to accomplish with not so experienced directors, and this was an earlier film for the Coen brothers, so this was a really impressive work by them, that it was still able to be like fun and energetic and goofy at the same time, but it had a plot that was kind of serious, being that someone's kidnapped and we need to figure out who did it and why they're doing it, and trying to get that person back and ultimately solve the mystery, and that was just a really fun aspect to go with this film. So the result is a film that is balancing a lot of tones, and the Coen brothers absolutely nailed it. After all, The Big Lebowski does wonders with its unique and fun premise. It's filled with wacky, quotable lines as well as really memorable moments, and ends up being a comedy that's pretty unconventional with how it handles things, but it's some of the most memorable and fun lines in pop culture history. As for negatives, it's not really gut-bustingly funny, at least not to me. It certainly has its charm and wit that makes you smile, but I never had a moment where I was just absolutely dying laughing. I think it kind of relies on its wit and its charm, and it's a really well written script to carry along with the film and get you to chuckle throughout, but it's not over here like just dying laughing like some of the modern comedies that come out, these raunchy sex comedies that we've seen over the years that are really funny, those Judd Apatow movies that are just like gut-busting laughs. These is more like smartly written, unique dialogue carried by the fun, whimsical performances by these actors. So it wasn't overwhelmingly like hilarious, but the wit and the charm and the really well written plot was enough for this negative to be pretty forgivable. Like I said, I think the film really relies on its wittiness and the careful placement of its jokes. So for that, the lack of laughs is forgivable when you take into account how well written and plot driven and how well the plot is in this film. It's pretty forgivable. As for negatives, that's about it with The Big Lebowski. In the end, this is a movie I really enjoy, and it's a highly ambitious film carried by a great cast. Even though it might not be the laugh out loud comedy some might want, its charm, wittiness, and interesting plot are so much fun, making this movie an absolute classic. So for me, I'm gonna give this movie an A-. Justin, thank you so much for letting me on your channel to talk The Big Lebowski. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Colin Williams MR and on Instagram at Colin Williams Reviews. I'm really active on both those services, posting almost every day. If you want to get my first initial thoughts on a film, new or old, a new release or an older film I haven't seen or a movie I'm rewatching or anything like that, you can follow me at Letterboxd at CWilliams991. Like I said, every single movie I ever see at any point of the day, I review it on there. I give my quick thoughts. So be sure to follow me on all those platforms as I'm really active on all of them. Thank you so much to Justin, and I can't wait for the next video.
Thank you, Colin, for joining me on my channel to talk about The Big Lebowski. I can't wait to collab again in the future. For me, The Big Lebowski is easily the most rewatchable film ever. This film is so quotable. The actors within here, the events, the journey that the dude goes on, it's such a memorable film. It took me many years to see this movie. I saw the poster like everywhere growing up around the Hollywood Video and Blockbuster growing up. I never watched it until I was in high school. And then I think it was like 2014 that the Regal Cinemas started to do movies where they had anniversaries and they were playing them. So that summer I saw films like The Big Lebowski, Back to the Future, The Princess Bride, Godfather, just many different films that summer. It was a total blast. And so it was so cool to see The Big Lebowski in theaters. And up at that point, I really did enjoy the film, but I had never saw it on the big screen. The Big Lebowski is such a fun film. It's insequential. It's just a really simple film about a really lazy pot-smoking, beer-drinking guy who gets caught up with a guy who has the same name, and there's a lot going on in his life with the disappearance of his wife, and there's money involved, and it's fun to watch him interact with all these people who think he is the other Big Lebowski, Jeff Lebowski, and it's fun to watch him kind of rise to the challenge because he is so lazy that he has to kind of make an effort to do things and deliver money and talk to people. All of it is a lot of fun, and the dude is such a memorable, one of the most classic characters in cinema history. And he's played so well by Jeff Bridges. This is probably my favorite Jeff Bridges performance. He does a great job capturing the personality of this character. He's so lazy. And the dialogue that he has with his friends and anybody who he interacts with is so smart. The Coen brothers do such a great job writing this movie and providing such interesting, engaging dialogue amongst everybody. And one of the standouts in this movie is John Goodman. My God, John Goodman is so good in this movie. Much like Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, this is my favorite performance from him, maybe besides Fred Flintstone. But him in this movie, he's so chaotic, so crazy. And the scene where the guy steps over the line when he's bowling and pulls out his gun, it's bizarre. But it works for the character and provides memorable moments, not only for Jeff Bridges' character, the dude, but also for John Goodman's character. Like I said previously, the dialogue is very engaging. There's many times where Steve Buscemi, John Goodman, and Jeff Bridges are sitting at the bowling alley and they're talking about the rug that was peed on very early in the movie. And it's simple things that they talk about, but the way that they're quickly talking to each other, you're so invested in their conversation. You're just really glued to the screen, and how the Coen brothers slowly zoom in on their faces as they are talking. It's all filmed masterfully, and I really love the dialogue within here. It's quick, it's witty, it's sharp, and they have just weird conversations about pretty much pointless things, but it's all really fun. The Big Lebowski is filled with memorable lines. It's so hard to pick one that is my favorite moment, because every scene is so iconic and it's all pieced together so well, even if the plot is really simple about one dude who gets mistaken for another dude, goes on the journey to try to clear his name from this guy and everybody that is after him. I absolutely love The Big Lebowski. It's one of my favorite Coen brother films. The films most recently aren't as good as they used to be, but The Big Lebowski will always stand as one of my favorites of them. It is such an iconic, memorable, rewatchable film that I've seen countless times. And it took me a long time to actually see it, but I do absolutely love this movie. And I am looking forward to the spin-off, The Jesus Rolls. I don't think it will be like this film, but John Turturro within that film was so funny, and even if his sequences were really brief, I am excited to see The Jesus Rolls. Hopefully it is an entertaining film. It's got a really good cast behind it, and I'm so excited to see that film very soon. That's why I wanted to review The Big Lebowski and rewatch it in preparation for that film, because I was getting really excited to see it, and I really wanted to watch The Big Lebowski, and this gives me a reason to watch it and review it for you guys. So thank you once again, Colin, for joining me on my channel to talk about The Big Lebowski. I really do appreciate you coming over here. Make sure to go check out his channel, and the video that we did for the review for Sonic the Hedgehog is on his channel now. And stay tuned for more up-and-coming collabs with Colin. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Big Lebowski an A+. Thank you guys for checking my video for The Big Lebowski. Stay tuned for the Jesus Rolls movie review coming very soon. My name is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.